Hey gang! Today we're reviewing some of West Paw's most popular toys. Puzzle toys are an awesome source of enrichment for dogs, giving your dog a puzzle to work on and occupy their mind while also encouraging self-soothing, anxiety-reducing natural canine behaviors like sniffing, licking, and chewing. When I first adopted Remy 3 years ago, puzzle toys were a huge part of our daily routine. When I first got Remy, he didn't really know how to dog or how to behave indoors. I had to give him 5 to 6 puzzle toys each day because if he wasn't occupied doing something I arranged, he'd just cause total chaos and trouble. Those were really rough times. These days we only do a couple puzzles each day, as Remy doesn't need the same kind of constant stimulation he once needed. But I don't think it's an exaggeration to say puzzle toys kind of saved Remy's life, at least to some degree. So when I see awesome puzzle toys out there, I like to promote them any way that I can, and West Paw makes some pretty epic puzzle toys. For those who don't know, West Paw has a range of different dog toys which come in wacky designs and bright colors. We're going to be focusing on 3 of their most popular food-fillable toys: the Topple, the Quizzle, and the Tux. I've seen a lot of folks rave about the Topple, and I see why. The open top makes it super easy to fill, while the ridges at the bottom require your dog to work a bit harder to get every morsel out. It's also really cool that the toy is designed to rock back and forth as your dog licks up the food, adding an additional challenge for your pup. In fact, it took Remy 50 minutes to finish the large-sized Topple, which is honestly kind of insane considering that he flies through most puzzle toys in about 15 to 20 minutes. I think what most people love about the Topple is that it's so versatile. You can fill it with wet food, you can stuff it with treats and chews, and you can even stack the smaller sized Topple on top of the large one to make an entirely new puzzle for your pooch. If you're one of those people who hates rinsing out Kongs, the Topple is awesome because it's super easy to clean. My dog licked off every bit of food, so there really wasn't much for me to even clean. Oh, and it's dishwasher safe too, which we always love to see. Next up is the Quizzle, which has more of a long, narrow design with slim openings on the top, bottom, and sides. The Quizzle is marketed more towards heavy-duty chewers, and it's certainly held up just fine under Remy's determined jaws. Remy seemed pretty insistent about trying to crack it open, but the Quizzle was tough enough to handle it without even getting a scratch. Eventually, Remy gave up trying to break it open and licked the food through the side slits, which took him quite a while to complete, about 40 minutes or so. Lastly is the Tux. This one seems to hold a bit less food than the others. Since the Tux only has one opening at the top, you could fill this toy with liquid like beef broth if you wanted to. The Tux took Remy about 30 minutes. All of these toys also come in mini versions, which are great for snacks. The smaller versions took Remy about 15 to 20 minutes to finish. In my opinion, the best way to use toys like these is to stuff them with food and then freeze them. Freezing the toys not only makes it last longer, as it requires your dog to lick more and work harder to get the food out, it also is a lot less messy. If you don't freeze your dog's food toys, you might find yourself with a messy dog and floor. Not the end of the world, of course, but freezing the toys tends to keep everything tidier. I usually like to keep my food toys kind of basic, but you can also add treats or bully sticks into these too, which can make the treat last even longer. All these toys fall under West Paw's Zogo Flex line, and they're made of a proprietary, non-toxic plastic blend formula. I don't quite know how they do it, but food just doesn't really seem to stick onto this material. It's pretty awesome. Plus, the toys are infinitely recyclable, and if you send a used toy at the end of its lifespan back, they'll break down the materials and make it into a new toy. They have some other pretty cool sustainability efforts, so they're definitely a company you can feel good about shopping with. Remy and I are big fans of West Paw. They have some really unique, cool-looking dog toys, and in my experience, all their toys are super tough and can really take a beating. I find that West Paw's food toys are generally easier to clean than most other toys, so they've really become a staple in our frozen food puzzle lineup. Have you ever used a West Paw dog toy? Share your experience with West Paw in the comments. Thanks, and have a great day!